Brothers and sisters, can we please bow our heads? Father God, in the name of Jesus, we come together today to celebrate women, beautiful women, our Nubian sisters, our powerful ones, our incubators, those called by you, Lord, from the womb. Touch them today. Those who come forth, Lord, to receive honors given by you, through you. Take care of them. Take care of our brothers who hold their hands, their sons and their daughters. Yes. Take care of their brothers and their sisters. Lord, let us lean on you a little more, God. Through COVID, you brought us out. Yes. We stand, Lord, like kings and queens. Yes. We're here, God, because you're God all by yourself. Yes. You don't need our help, but we need yours. Lead us, Lord God, as you open another Nile River for us, God. Let us be new beginners, creators, and innovators. Help us, Lord, not to lose our way. And those that are falling behind, Lord, give us strength to carry them through. That we all could stand, Lord, and look up above and know it is you, Lord, who's brought us to this place. Take care of us, God. Take care of Mary, Lord, as she continues to do great things for your people. Help her, Lord, to just see even over the rivers and over the horizons, that she may do great things in other nations and other countries, God, for people, Lord, like us. Your black people. God bless us, and God bless you. Thank you. You don't have to go to church on Sunday. I'm just saying. Good evening. I am Beyonce Fox from B103. Thank y'all for listening. I appreciate you so much. Hey. So I am so excited to be here tonight. The Expo starts tomorrow. It goes all weekend. 27th year of the Black Women's Expo. Yay! The legacy definitely continues, and I'm just so grateful for Miss Mary Green, who does so much. She puts in so much work every year, and it's an honor and a privilege for me to be able to host this evening. All of you beautiful, phenomenal women. Look at them, beautiful. Different shapes, sizes, tones, colors. You guys are gorgeous. So we're gonna have a great program tonight, but let's just applaud them one time. Let's get the energy going in the room. I'd like to thank the sponsor this evening, Walmart, the official sponsor of the Phenomenal Women Awards. And I also would like to acknowledge Uncle Nearest in the building. Thank you, Uncle Nearest. At this time, I would like to introduce Keith Weiss, Mr. Keith Weiss, who is the Vice President of Community Engagement and Support for Walmart.
Thank you so much, Beyonce. This is our second year doing this together, right? Absolutely. I get it right this year. Again, Mary, thank you so much for having us here. I'm Keith White. I'm the Vice President of Community Engagement and Support at Walmart. And it's really a privilege and an honor to join you for the 27th year of the Black Women's Expo, the largest expo for women of any color and any kind in the nation. Give a round of applause. In light of this year's theme, The Legacy Continues, we are here to celebrate and congratulate the backbone of our community, Black women. Yes. I'm really feeling that black girl magic all over the room tonight. We have some beautiful women. My goodness, my goodness. Anyway. Glenn, that wasn't in the speech. I apologize for the speech. But we're here to celebrate really 12 phenomenal black women who are the who's who of black professionals in both business and philanthropy in the Chicagoland area. These are women who have embodied excellence in their field of expertise, and to me, more importantly, have paved the way for the next generation. Now here's a little secret. I know one of them very personally. Walmart's very own and my work daughter, Miss Patrice Gibson. She was I love her story. Patrice started at Walmart as a part-time minimum wage inventory assistant in 2009 and has progressed through the years, obtaining her latest title of Director of Academy Operations Support. She's run stores for us, and trust me, she getting paid, y'all. So she is definitely somebody that you want to keep your eye on. Now, while all of these women have very unique and fabulous stories that I'm sure we'll hear more about, one thing that I know they all have in common is their value of education. At Walmart, we understand the tremendous value of a good quality education from pre-K through college and can provide young minds in the communities where we live and work. It's about going from the classroom to the boardroom. And that's why Walmart has launched a new community academy offering free skills training to Chicago residents. Supporting the gift of education for every generation is vital, and Patrice actually leads up that Walmart Academy in the Chatham area. We are proud to be part of the Windy City, and make sure you talk to Patrice more about all the great things that are going on at Walmart and the Academy. So for instance, did you know that at Walmart, you can work at Walmart full or part-time and get a free college education, including schools like Morehouse and Spelman, just for being a part. That's what, I think all my grandkids went to Walmart. But the fact of the matter is, we understand that education is very pivotal and it's important. And so we invest in our people, we invest in the community. There's free classes in the community that she can talk to you more about. But we're just glad to be a part of all this. Proud of every one of you. Proud of my work doing with Patrice. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. White. Appreciate you. We love Walmart. Let me tell you. That's my Saturday run, man. I love me some Walmart. Don't credit me now. Anybody who knows me knows I love a gift card. I'm just saying. At this time, I would like to introduce, she needs no introduction. She's an amazing woman, so soft-spoken, so humble. I've known her for years. I've connected with her. Just such a sweet lady who, as I mentioned earlier, works tirelessly, and she does it with such ease and just such grace, bringing us 27 years of the Black Women's Expo. And I just want to personally thank you for all that you do. You're an amazing example to Black women like me, entrepreneurs and women who just have it. Oh, okay, I won't, Carter, I won't. But she is an amazing woman. I want everybody in the room to just stand up as I bring to you Miss Mary Green. Oh my God. I am more than soft-spoken. I am humble. I am really humble. And if I talk for longer than 5 minutes, I will be crying. And I think most of you know that. Oh, what an incredible journey this has been, 27 years, I can tell you that. It hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been easy. I mean, we missed a couple years, especially in 2020, with the pandemic. And then last year in 2021, the first day of the Expo was the mask mandate. So we have come back in a big way. This is an incredible show in so many ways. So many of you are here, our corporate partners, and that is humbling. I will tell you a few of them, and if I miss somebody, I apologize, but our title sponsor that we cherish in all that they do with small businesses and entrepreneurs, and they came on board to not only be a title sponsor for Chicago, but in all 3 cities, and that is J.P. Morgan Chase. You haven't been to the exhibit floor, but I can tell you, everybody is clowning with the way their activation looks this year. It's amazing. And then our presenting sponsor, I'm not sure if anybody is here from Walgreens, but Walgreens is where you can purchase tickets half price. Half price. And they have been that for us for a number of years. But I want to tell you about 2 cute boys in this room. They came to us
a few months ago. They have a ticket platform, and you know I didn't even know what they looked like. And so when they came in tonight and they had on masks, I said, "You got to pull up, y'all are twins?" Ticket Falcon. Yeah. Thank you so much. And there you can buy tickets full price. But they are doing an incredible job, and I'm glad to know you. And then another presenting sponsor is State Farm Insurance. Anybody here from State Farm tonight? Probably not, because they are building out a space that you will see when you come to the Expo that is really, really nice. I mean, I was shocked. I mean, there's like a house, it's like a movie theater, it's like everything rolled in one, but you will get to see that. Fifth Third Bank, yeah, they will come yet, but she is there. Walmart, of course, which you heard just a few minutes ago. Bank of America, and I can tell you, are you here, Arvin? He's not in the room, but he worked very hard to get Bank of America as part of our show. They had not been, and I'm really proud of him. BMO Harris Bank, there we are. There's so many sponsors from Chicago Treasurer's Office. Are you here? So this room is filled with our corporate support. But I can tell you, it's a tough show. It's a tough show to put together because we are perfectionists. And I'd like to bring up to the stage, I am, and I've got some millennials that are that too. But a young lady came on board just a year ago, and she is incredible. We fight sometimes, but that's gonna happen. But she is Shonda Brooks Green, and I want her to come up. But they are so good. Can is here. Can come up. Some of the rest of them are still at McCormick Place because the setup goes on. But they know their stuff, and they're creative, and they're always thinking, always coming up with ideas. What people don't know is that with the Expo, we don't just send out a sponsorship package and say, "Here you go." We are always creating ideas and activations and new things for you to do at our show to meet your goals. So it's really a creative process, and I think without that, I probably would hate it, because just sending out a cookie cutter package is not what we ever did. So we like working with all of you. Last year we came up with a Support Black Business campaign. And we have 5 businesses that are doing it, corporations that are doing that. And we were trying to think of what they could do different. It's like, why don't you support 10 businesses that would never be able to come? And so we have 5, almost banks, but you know who they are.
I know who they are. Chase for Business, Sterling Bay, BMO Harris, Discover. There's one more. I was just talking to them today.
But there are 5.
Fifth Third. Oh my gosh, they just started. Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, so it's a fun process. I want to congratulate the phenomenal women that we will recognize tonight. Yeah. The funniest thing is that I only know a couple of them. I am so glad to meet all of you, but I really, we depend on friends and colleagues who will nominate women that we may not know of and may not know of the work that they're doing. Some of you I do know, and I'm glad that you're a part, finally, of this group of phenomenal women. We've been doing this for 27 years, so you imagine how many women we have recognized, but I'm glad to have you here. We wanted to do something different. We wanted to come out of the ballrooms, so hope you like this space. I hope you like it. Hope you like it. So, incredible show. I'll let Shonda tell you a little bit about the show coming up this weekend.
Now, when she says that this floor looks incredible this year, it is bright, it is pink, it is purple, there's movie theater build-outs, there's bank
lobby areas built out, you're gonna be very impressed. It's a lot of work, like she said, it's a collaborative effort. We do a lot, morning, noon, and night, weekends, whatever the case. I'm always on the phone, always on emails. You know, we just want to make sure that we make this as impactful. Anything can be a success, but as impactful as possible for not only the businesses that's being a part, but the attendees to enjoy. So we're really excited about that, just the floor in general, all the pavilions, and then our main stage, my favorite part, because I come from a music and entertainment background, so of course you all know our headliners, it's Montel Jordan tomorrow night. And then Saturday we have a comedy show partnered with WGCI that leads up into a DJ set by DJ Manny Fresh. And then Sunday, the legendary El DeBarge will be closing us. So get excited. We like to combine a lot of efforts to make sure that it's a show that's multi-generational for everybody to enjoy. So, you know, just get excited for this weekend. It's going to be great. Forgetting about our amazing speakers. Saturday we have Brandy Evans. If you are familiar with the show P-Valley on Stars, she plays Mercedes. She is going to be in the building with ORS talking about black hair. As well as Nikki Gilbert, the founder of Brownstone R&B group from the 90s. She will be coming on Sunday to speak as well. So it's going to be great. And a host of seminars, by the way. We have a lot of amazing seminars, and we brought the Shush Lounge back. If you all remember that from 2019 and 2018, it's a silent disco lounge with headphones. We're calling it Club Bee-Wee. It's in the basement, right next to the seminar room. So if you want a break and you just want to put some headphones on and jam, you can go downstairs. So, yes.
Well, I won't hold up the program, but thank you so much for your support, all of you. We will keep going. Someone asked me today on a radio show, how do you stop? I said, I don't know. I don't. Is that it? I won't stop. I don't know. So, see you at the Expo. All right. This is Chelsea Whittington, a publicist for the Expo. Incredible. She was Director of Communications for Mayor Karen Wilson, who is now in Gary, when she was mayor, and now is the president of the Urban League, Chicago Urban League. She's incredible too. These girls, I'm telling you, they run me. They run me real fast. But she wanted me to not forget that, and you'll see in our welcome guide that this show is dedicated to my sister, Ruby Coley, who passed about a month ago. She came to every show. Yeah, Carter knows. And she lived in Nashville, which is where we're originally from. And she was diagnosed in mid-May with pancreatic cancer, stage 4, and she died 30 days later, less than 30 days later. I happened to be there. I happened to fly down on that Saturday morning and be with her in hospice. I didn't know it was to that stage. I really didn't. And I got there at 9 o'clock. She died at 2:25. But she would come every year, and she turned 81 on May 5th.
Okay, now time for that exciting moment where we honor and we recognize and we just give props to extraordinary women who are doing amazing things in different sectors, whether it's politics or entertainment or just holding it down at the crib. You guys are amazing. I don't know how you do it. I'm single with no kids, and y'all got kids, husbands, jobs. I bow down. I bow down. Our first honoree of the evening, I know this lady personally. I used to work with her years ago. She's amazing. Aston Hayes of Winnie Control.
All right, so I'll roll my remarks down because I can
a phenomenal woman as well, so I had a pleasure working with you. But anyway, my mom, grandmother, and aunt attended the very first Black Women's Expo, and I was 9 years old at the time. Fast forward 30 years, and I would never have thought I'd be honored by Mary Green and her team of phenomenal women. Thank you also to the sponsors for Fabulous Women. Haven't met Patrice, but love what I just heard about you, so thank you. And from Walmart, and for Uncle Nearest, who, if anyone has had the pleasure of meeting CEO Fawn Weaver, I don't know if anyone has heard or met Fawn Weaver, she is a phenomenal woman, and she is my girl crush, so if you hear this, yeah. Anyway, a woman can only be as phenomenal as the people that she surrounds herself with. And I've been blessed to be created, molded, and surrounded by some of the most phenomenal women around, past, present, and future. Like my ancestors, specifically my late great grandmother, Jackie Ellis, whose spirit still runs deep through me, to my superwoman of a mother, who is sitting right there, Valerie Harvey. I love you, Mama. And to my aunts, godmothers, cousins, everybody else that stood in the gap, those women taught me the value and importance of being a part of the village. And finally, thank you to my friends, sorors, hey Delta, and extended family for allowing me to expand my village. Thank you for entrusting me with your dreams, your goals, secrets, house keys, codes, dogs, and oftentimes your children. A friend of mine recently called me the auntie of the South Side. I always have somebody's kid or dog. But last and certainly not least, I thank God for allowing me to continue to shine my light brighter every day. And as always, I say, I'm not here to save the world. I'm just here to help change it. So thank you, and congratulations to my fellow honorees. Thank you.
Congrats again, Esther Hayes. Our second honoree of the evening is Chanel Coney of CFI Partners.
Thank you, Mary. Wow, what an incredible honor to be here and be acknowledged by Black women, amongst incredible, phenomenal Black women. Speaking of which, I had the pleasure of meeting DJ Tillman earlier, whose grandmother was a civil rights leader and a leader in Bronzeville, in Hyde Park, the neighborhood where I was raised and where I currently live. And to see mother and daughter and grandmother, generations of incredible Black women as leaders, has been just a pleasure. Speaking of generations, my mother's here. I'm thrilled to have my mom here. She continues to be a steadfast supporter of all of my dreams, and I hope she feels that I've reciprocated that. I believe that success doesn't happen in a silo and without intention. And when I think over my life, the incredible women that I've had that have been so intentional advocates of me, such as my mother and my grandmothers and my aunts. Think about women like Linda Johnson Rice, Melody Hobson, and Nelda Connors, Liz Thompson. Anything that I've done that's noteworthy in my life, it's been because I've had an incredible team of women supporting me. And those are just to name a few, including, not to mention all of my peers, one of which is here today, my best friend from 5th grade, Brett Jeffries, came here and surprised to support me. And this is also why, I try to pass that on to young women in my community and in my industry. I work in the financial services industry. It's male dominated. There are many of folks that look like me or us, and I certainly try to share that with the young women that we are so blessed to have at CFI Partners where I work. One of which I saw earlier, Dominique. I don't know if she's still here, might be past her bedtime, but she's a product of the Academy Group. I know I saw Shane earlier. Shane was the founder of the Academy Group and has helped instill an incredible work ethic in these young women, and now we have the privilege of having them in our firm and being able to inspire them there. This is why I can't emphasize enough the importance of the Black Women's Expo and the work that Mary is doing, not only to expose us to the resources that are available to us, but to provide opportunities like this for community, for all of us to get together and continue to be steadfast supporters of each other. With that said, thank you so much for this honor. I look forward to seeing you all this weekend, and thank you again.
Congratulations again, Chanel. Our third honoree this evening is Krishan Lampley Love of Corkscrew.
Love corkscrew, no and. Love corkscrew. So I just want to, there's no and. Love corkscrew.
So this is the name of the company? Okay. Our third honoree this evening is Krishan Lampley of Love Corkscrew.
Thank you so much. And I have to tell a very quick story of meeting Mary Green. It was amazing. I met her years ago. And we were at a brunch with the mayor, and there was about 8 African-American women entrepreneurs sitting there at brunch. And I'm sitting looking around at these women, I'm like, these are some majorly powerful women. Why in the world am I here? And I remember the mayor saying, we're here from the mayor's office to find out what we can do to help Black women entrepreneurs. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of a kid in this game, I'm new, but all right, I got some ideas. And I think that evening, I was at Mariano's and I had a little teeny table, and I was just trying to sell 1 bottle of wine. Just one. And that night I sold 12, and I thought I just saved the world, right? And it was unbelievable, and I think back to then and now, over 2 million bottles sold. Complete distribution in the entire state. Everywhere. I'm in Walmart around the country. I'm in Target. I'm in Whole Foods. I'm in Total Wines and More. I'm everywhere. And it's unbelievable to be a part of this, because I told someone earlier, this was the award I wanted. Out of everything I've gotten in Chicago, from Urban League to everything, I said, this is what I wanted, because the Black Women Expo stands for so much hope and so many possibilities, especially for vendors in CPG, consumer product goods. And I think of being less than 1% of the entire industry. And the funny, my publicist always tells me, stop saying that. It's literally like 0.0009% of my industry as an African-American woman negociant, vineyard owner, or winery owner. So there's none of us. And to be able to show, and I'm the first to ever go national from the entire Midwest. So to show people, it's not about me. It's about showing that you can do it. And that's the amazing thing that I see some of these women that are at this expo doing. And that's just, they just want one sale. And that starts everything. So I'm here to break every glass ceiling until there's no more to go. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Krishan. Congratulations. Our fourth honoree this evening is Dorothy Jean Tillman II, who is founder and CEO of Dorothy Genius STEAM Leadership Institute.
Okay, I like to stick to the script. So I'd just like to say thank you to Miss Mary Green and the advisory committee and everyone on the Black Women Expo team who played a role in selecting me as a recipient for the 2022 Phenomenal Woman Award. This is an exceptional class of women that I admire, and I'm truly humbled to be just represented among you all and acknowledged among you all. And as an international leader in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, this is an acknowledgement of why representation is important of young Black women in this field. It was young people who fought for our freedom in this country and who led the civil rights movement, and I stand before you today as the now generation on a mission to improve the quality of our people's lives through STEAM. I also know we can't do it alone, and we stand on the shoulders of the people who came before us, such as my grandmother, the Honorable Dorothy Tillman, who paved the way for me to become who I am today and for me to accomplish any of the things that I've ever accomplished, and just so many others. And so on behalf of the Dorothy Jean STEAM Leadership Institute, I'd like to say thank you.
Can you see me at all? Oh, sorry. I'm right beside. Thank you.
And just for the record, Dorothy Jean is 16 years old. Hold on. She's gonna be completing her doctorate in October. Congratulations. And if I'm not mistaken, weren't you just like crowned a princess or something over in Africa or? Okay. I can't pronounce it. Say it again.
It means counselor.
Uncle Bia. Anna?
Female Sunday born.
Sunday, okay, Saturday born in Akufo?
Is the royal last name.
I bow down. Girl, 16, about to get a doctorate. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Our fifth honoree this evening is Frances Bouchard of Bouchard Gallery, Chicago.
I just have to say, 16, getting a doctorate and a princess, what an amazing young lady you are. I am so proud of you coming right after you. I want to say hello. I am Frances Guichard, also known as the artist Marlene Campbell. I am an artist, collector, curator, and co-owner of Gallery Guichard. I'm also owner of our nonprofit Building Community Foundation and our development arm, the Guichard Project. I want to first thank the Phenomenal Woman team that selected me to be here. I am so honored. Mary, you are amazing. I have when my children were little, I used to bring them from the suburbs to be able to come to the Black Women's Expo because I understood how important it was for them to be around female Black women doing amazing things. I wanted them to see Black professionals owning their own businesses, being able to understand how to take care of your hair and the products that they were offering and distributing. So thank you. And I'm honored just to be recognized for doing what God asked me to do, just to be here to help other people. And this is, something that's amazing because God said to me, I need to be here with my husband, Andre. So I want to thank my amazing husband, who I worked with tirelessly, day in and day out. We spend every day together, every day and every night. And I have pride and joy working with him every single day.
All right. Awesome.
Every day. Out there. You try today. I also want to thank my wonderful son, Miles Gishard, who is over there, home from Howard University, 3.8 GPA. And my other two children, Brittany Patch Castle and Milton Patch, who were not able to be here today, one on the West Coast, one on the East Coast. Andre and I have been blessed to open up Gallery Gishard 18 years ago, almost 18 years ago. Next year we celebrate our 18th year brick and mortar. And our mission is to connect artists with collectors, and we've been very blessed to connect multicultural artists from around the world with collectors and help people understand culture and art. And it's an amazing opportunity to be able to show the diaspora, because we are about making sure we want people to connect with the Blackness, our understanding, our culture, and being able to experience the greatness that we have. We have been blessed to travel to Africa, the continent of Africa. We've been to many places, Ethiopia, South Africa. Recently, we've also been to Senegal, and I want to make sure I get them, but the most recent one was in Egypt. And we were able to scuba dive in the Red Sea and meet amazing artists that we brought back to Chicago. And it was an amazing experience that we want to share with everyone, because we need to know that we created science, math, engineering, religion, and it really is the beginning of civilization. When you see Black people on the wall of the pyramid, you know 16-year-old, it's honest. You got it honest. I want to make sure everybody knows that we are located in Bronzeville. I want to make sure also talk about our development arm, which helps us to stay planted and deeply rooted in our community, because ownership is important. And we are able to help others build their careers and to be able to do great things. Our nonprofit gives back, our Building Community Foundation, to young people, helping them to build brighter futures. We are located at 436 East 47th Street, running concurrently with this event is our Artini. So other people at the gallery having a great time partying and drinking and networking. But next Friday we have our our Bronzeville Art Tour, so you can go around to the different trolleys, and we have 2 double-decker buses that'll take you around to the different galleries. And then on Sunday, 8/21, we have the Palm Sunday Music Concert in homage of Palm Tavern, Jerry Oliver, who used to own the Palm Tavern next to Gallery Gishard. Thank you again for this amazing honor. I am truly humbled and honored, and I want to thank all of my fellow contestants here, my fellow honorees. I want to make sure, my fellow honorees, and thank you very much.
me get this name right. Miss Frances Guichard. And I took 2 years of French too, go figure. And got an A in the class and still messed it up. Next, I would like to introduce Jeff Timms, who is the Illinois manager for Uncle Nearest.
Thank you. Bonsoir. And a magnanimous life be unto you. Mary, thank you for all that you do and are doing. To the femme fatale phenomenons, our honorees, namaste. Uncle Nearest, right. I came to talk about whiskey. And if you have one too many, it's Uncle Ernest. And if you're from the west side, it's Uncle Remus. Black man, black brand, female owned and operated. We are the most awarded American bourbon or whiskey and have been since 2019. On target to do it again in 22. Uncle Nearest, born Nathan Green, enslaved in 1820, ended up becoming the go-to guy of all things bourbon, whiskey, and distillation. Became a master blender, so much so that it bought him his freedom. In 1856, he perfected a process called the Lincoln County process. It was a West African technique that the slaves brought over to purify drinking water. Sugar, maple, charcoal filtration. Went over so well, the governor signed into law, in order to be deemed the Tennessee whiskey, you gotta go through the Lincoln County process. And for that, he's called the godfather of Tennessee whiskey. Another black contribution to American history. We have a motto that we say, drink honorably, and that is why. He went on to mentor a young whippersnapper, taught him the ways of the Jedi master blending. And this guy went on to become world-renowned, Mr. Jack Daniels. Jack went on, because it's the 1800s, went on to buy that distillery, and Nearest continued to work for him until 1884. Ergo, the dates on the bottles, we have 1856, which is our 100 proof, 1884 is our 93 proof small batch. He retired in 1884, and then his son began to work for the now Jack Daniel distillery into perpetuity. About 5 years ago, our fearless, and someone mentioned her earlier, Miss Fawn Weaver, she's our fearless dynamic CEO. She was running a PR firm and was on vacation in Singapore and got wind of the story. Did a ton of research, interviewed hundreds of family members, both Daniel and Green's, and decided this man needed his own brand under his own name. So in 2018, she launched Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey. Yeah. So we like to call ourselves the PR firm that sells whiskey. And we're doing a pretty good job of it. This other bottle I have in my hand, you guys killed it. You smashed it out there, I saw you. It's Sorrel, but if you're from the West Indies, it's sorrel. This too is a West African recipe that made its way through the Caribbean for obvious reasons. And it's in the household of every Caribbean home. It's a hibiscus, it's an herb. They use it as a tea for medicinal purposes and or aphrodisiacs, whatever they were into. We're not judging. Jackie Summers, a New Yorker, by way of Barbados, was making this in the kitchen. This recipe is like 500 years old. I mean, it goes back to, West Africa. And he was making this in his kitchen and decided to bring it to market as a liqueur, 15% ABV. For those that know, hey, Krishan, wine. It's ABV of wine. Sorrel is under our venture capital program, which Fawn Weaver set up to help boost other Black spirit makers and to encourage other Black entrepreneurs to get into the whiskey, bourbon, and or spirits industry. So we're drinking honorably. Black man, 2 Black brands. He's under our umbrella, female, owned and operated. Thank you for your time. And thank you for those who have, right, you know where you've been. For those who have been a supporter of us from the beginning, we thank you. And those of you who have not, get into it.
Child, this man been drinking the Ernest all night.
Yeah, she said Ernest. She said
Uncle Mary. Who's the drunk one up here? My fault, Uncle Nearest.
you all my French words.
Okay, you just cheated my whole life. Okay, let's keep the program going, Mr. Jones. You're gonna bring up the next honoree. Yeah, see?
Who are all these vertically challenged people? The next honoree. Number 6. Glenise Hurston Ray of the Gemini Group. Oh, that's it.
So even in the wake of Uncle Nearest, I'm gonna say first giving honor to God, who is the head of my life. Thank you to Ms. Green and the panel of Black Women's Expo that has chosen to have me sit upon these phenomenal women here. Thank you for allowing me to stand on the shoulders of phenomenal women from my past. And some of those phenomenal women never made it to this stage, but they were a part of my life. My mother, who is here with me today. My dad is not a phenomenal woman, but he was a part of me being who I am. I have grandmothers, aunts, friends, sisters, cousins, family. All of those women made me who I am. Then I have to say thank you to Glenn and the Gemini Group. They have allowed me to lead that team and be a phenomenal woman amongst them, even when it was hard.
It's always hard.
In a former life, I was a high school guidance counselor and principal. And I used to tell my students who weren't sure of what they wanted to do, who they wanted to be, find something that you love and do. Do what you love. And when I get accolades from work, it's because I do what I love
and I love what I do. So thank you, Gemini, for allowing me to love what I do with y'all. And thank you again, Black Women's Expo. I love being here among these phenomenal Black women and being recognized as a phenomenal Black woman 2022. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Glenice Harston Ray. The seventh honoree of the evening is Jackie Burgess, Bishop of National Kidney Foundation of Illinois.
Thank you. I would like to start by thanking Mary Green and the Phenomenal Women Committee. And I am truly humbled and honored to be selected amongst this phenomenal class for 2022, hearing the stories and reading. So I know a number of us, I don't know about you guys, but when we received the announcement, you start looking at, okay, what did they do? Okay, and so what happens, and it's just, it is so impressive and so inspiring. So thank all of you for what you've done. And what I'd also want to do now is in my role with the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois, as many have outlined, we're certainly not an island. We don't achieve by ourselves. It's a team. It takes an entire team. Our board, our staff, and in fact, one of our value directors is here with me, Monica Fox, and she is a kidney transplant recipient, and she represents in terms of why we're making a difference, looking at my career and being at the phase where I'm thrilled to continue to mentor and give back in hearing and just looking at, I'm with everybody else, 16 with a PhD in STEM. I'm telling you, it is inspiring and it has us to go further, farther, and faster. And so you are an inspiration. Your mom is hysterical. So in terms of, and the family in terms of what is contributed. The career that I've had, been blessed to have, has been within the healthcare industry and with healthcare in multiple segments. And as we look at the critical issues that face us with health equity and really closing that gap. And I'm the CEO for the National Kidney Foundation of Illinois. I've also had an opportunity to work in the cancer space, in the behavioral health space, in the disability space, and what we see and what I've had an opportunity to attempt with many partners and many individuals and professionals to impact is to close that gap. And so what Black Women's Expo does, and I told Mary today, I said, we're there, you know, she's wonderful, she is phenomenal and amazing, we know that. She has a nonprofit rate, and that allows us to be able to be there to educate, to talk about screening, talk about nutrition, talking about changing the trajectory of kidney disease and really all chronic diseases that are impacting our community. So we've got to do that. And so what I'd like to say, thank you again. It's an honor, it's a privilege, and you all have a wonderful evening as we continue on. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Ms. Jacqueline Burgess Bishop. Our 8th honoree this evening is Jamalita Tillman of the Harold Washington Cultural Center.
Taking the page from Jeff. They talk low and slow and make you pay attention to what you see before you. Many of you know me as Dorothy's daughter, but my mother is the Honorable Dorothy Wright Tillman. And now many of you know me as Dorothy's mother. The giver of life created a whole class of people, seems to be. And I'm stuck in a bookend between two Dorothys. Very interesting space to be in because they're both prodigies in their own right. My mother was on Edmonds Pettis Bridge at 16, which is unheard of when you can speak that today. Someone who was a giver of life to me. Her name was given to her by her great paternal grandmother that was born one day out of slavery. The significance of this now is Mama Dean. And so Mama Dean came into the hospital when she saw my mom, and my mom was born with a veil on her face. And those that are more seasoned kind of know what that means. So when Dorothy Genius was headed to Ghana, where she's building, she didn't talk about this, it's in her bio, but she's building STEAM labs in Ghana, in Accra, Ghana, Kumasi, and Akropong. And she's working closely with the Minister of Education, but when she was bestowed this name, and Kovia actually means advisor to the king. And so she's advising the king of Akropong in this whole region, over 9,500 students for STEAM education and curriculum. And then she's working directly with the Minister of Education. I'm getting to the notes about me, child. My kids give me notes. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm bringing it in, DJ, I'm bringing it in. With her doing that, it was the greatest honor for me as a mother to be reached out to by the Minister of Education from Ghana to say, hey, we need her to do this so that our young people can see more people doing that. Her guest tonight is Senior Vice President of Black Enterprise Magazine, one of her top donors, Mr. Alfred A. Edmond Jr., who said it's very important to really highlight and showcase what she's doing around the world. And even with me as the global director of the Harold Washington Cultural Center, my first and foremost job is to be the mother of an amazing, incredible young woman. If you so care to join us, the Dorothy Genius STEAM Leadership Institute. We do everything from STEAM kits to science labs in Ghana. Back to me. As the global director of the Harold Washington Cultural Center, I was significant in the legislation. I'm not good with me, I'm not. But I was responsible for billions and billions of dollars that was put into the Save Our Stages legislation, which became the SVOG grant, which is the Shuttered Venues Operators Grant. Now, it's not just theaters, and it's museums, it's any event space, and it wasn't just event spaces, it was producers, promoters, and the like. This was to keep their doors open, moving forward, to be able to sustain the lifestyle of those that worked for them, that worked with them, and we all kept a one light on our stages to prepare to returning to the stage. Now, as the global director of the Harold Washington Cultural Center, I take my role seriously in the city of Chicago, and I understand my responsibility globally to performing and media arts. When it comes to venues, when it comes to activity, it's more than just what's on the stage, but things that go into it, such as emergency preparedness and risk management. That's my specialty, that's my expertise. I'm trained from DePaul University, and we are dispatched, like the National Guard, to help venues stay safe. And in a climate like today, that's so very important. They have an amazing emergency preparedness plan here. The legacy is continuing. I've known Miss Mary Green since I was a very young girl, DJ's age, younger than DJ, and to be on this stage right now means a lot to me. I've come to many Phenomenal Women Awards. I volunteered every year, and I thank the committee. I really appreciate you all. Shout out to my mom. Sorry she couldn't be here today. Shout out to Melody Span Cooper. I know Doogie just give me the wrap up. Shout out to, I'm sorry, Melody Hobson, all my leaders. This is my new sister there. I love your mama. She done adopted me. And I just want to thank my best friend Estee for coming out. My young sister Quita Desiree. We started at DePaul University with your bookstore, and then you had your bookstore next to my coffee shop. Log on to Broadway and Bronzeville.com. Last thing I will say is that I noticed that we always do Phenomenal Women Awards. All these wonderful women. I would love to keep the cohort together. We have a TED Talk series that we do it there at Washington Coach Center. We're kicking it off on September 3rd with Dame Dash. So we would love to just say, you guys are phenomenal women every day. So I'm gonna make sure I get everybody's information and have them as one of our guests. It's a 1,000-seat theater, Recording Arts and Science Studio. We got curriculum in 12 countries. I can go on. I thought it was gonna be real just for God. God bless you, Beyonce. And I know you like your mother recently, and we love you. Come here, baby. That's all I got. That's all I got. Shout out to Bree, the best photographer. Jeff, we're gonna come to the world's largest bar and bring Bree. We're coming down there. We love Uncle Harris. God bless you.
Jamalita Tillman of the Harold Washington Coalition. She should book herself to perform there. Low key. Comedian. Yeah. That's a word. Book yourself at the Harold Washington Coalition, girl. Okay, we're gonna move on. Ninth honoree this evening, Carrie Steele, President of the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago.
Well, good evening, everyone. How are you? Well, first, of course, I must thank God. I thank God for just simply giving me the tools in the toolbox that I need to survive being an elected official in Chicago. But of course, I like to say I'm a public servant. I thank the Black Women's Expo family for this honor because there is no better feeling in the world than to be honored and recognized by your own. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know everyone has told a story about when they used to attend the Black Women's Expo when it first started. So I can remember attending it with my friends, hanging out, going to the concerts. I can remember working a table when I formulated hair care products for L'Oreal. And then I can remember cutting the ribbon for work as an elected official. So it feels great to be here on a personal level. So thank you, thank you. I would like to acknowledge my husband, Maze Jackson. Thank you for being my rock, my protector. I appreciate it. And I'm just honored to be here. Congratulations to all the honorees. And I know my name was stated briefly. Just to tell you a quick snippet about myself, I'm a chemist and environmentalist. I'm your president at the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, where we treat wastewater and manage stormwater and protect our primary drinking water source, Lake Michigan. What gives me drive at work is being able to talk to young adults about possibilities in STEM careers and exposing them to the water world and what they could be. I was raised on a if you can't see it, you can't be it motto, and my family, my parents, who I must thank my parents, they always raised me to be that person to not just complain about everything, but to be the change that you want to see in the world. So I try to live by that every day when I go to work. I make sure that I'm trying to expose more kids to science, technology, engineering, and math. So definitely all of you all out there, first of all, we all have to stay connected and we should network. So I plan to collect a lot of cards before I leave, but also if you know anyone who's interested in an internship, interested in the resources available at Water Reclamation, or just wants to simply see what we do and how we do it, please contact my office, mwrd.org. It's fun, it's exciting, and I promise you, every group of children I talk to, later down the line, I meet them and they're like going to college to be an engineer or a scientist. So I'm trying to pull them all in, and you know, Dorothy, we've worked together before, so I will continue to work with you. I am extremely proud of you and proud of all of you all. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to Carrie Steele. Our 10th honoree this evening is Michelle Okenard of MCO Designs.
Good evening, everyone. I see everyone was so well prepared with their cell phones. I have some old school paper. Sometimes it's just the same, you know, you just gotta write it down, right? So let me just introduce myself real quickly. I'm a businesswoman here in Chicago. I'm a marketing mogul. I've been in business 8 years. I started off in event planning, and now I've progressed into marketing and helping small businesses market their business in an inclusive and diversity way, bringing them sources and resources that will help grow their business. And so I just wanted to share a story about my experience and my interaction and the impact that the Black Women's Expo has made on me. At the age of 12, I was fortunate enough to grace the BWE stage, performing with my dance troupe to Whitney Houston's I'm Everyone. Y'all know that song? You know, and I'm really, that song has been in my heart all week, right? We are a community, right? And we're all connected. And so I just recall experiencing the feelings of awe and inspiration in response to the great Black women leaders and speakers and entrepreneurs displayed at the Women's Expo. And so I set that intention in my heart, and I said, one day I'm gonna come back with bigger impact. I didn't think it would be this way, and it was such a pleasant surprise receiving that email, so I wanna thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I just wanted to say that as I reflect in this experience, this is really a full circle moment for me personally in my life. And as I experienced this, I just wanted to share with you that I reflect on the numerous Black women whose shoulders I stand on today before you. And I'm here because of the ecosystem of Black sisterhood. And growing up was tough for me. You know, I was the only child, I was a latchkey kid, a lot of us may have been, right? And so it was my friends, my coaches, my aunties, right? And of course my mom, rest her soul, I lost her about less than a year ago, but I would have loved to have her be here tonight, but I still want to acknowledge her. Yes, she is. She's giving me signs all week. So I wanted to thank you all for this high honor. It is really a high honor to me. And I want to thank my friends who have been here for me, that have perpetuated me and pushed me, who have believed in me and encouraged me. I'm the only child now, y'all. I ain't got much, you know. So friends for me mean a lot, and they have definitely been here for me. And to the phenomenal women here tonight, I just wanted to congratulate each and every one of you for your accomplishments and accolades. And I'm honestly humbled and with much gratitude just to share this experience with you all. And I just wanted to say thank you, Mary Green and Sharon Troop and the Black Women's Expo team for always creating a space that facilitates harmony, empowerment, and a thriving environment for women to grow. And it has definitely impacted my life. And so I say to all of you all ladies, continue to sprinkle that beautiful Black girl magic everywhere you go.
Congrats again to Michelle Okenard of MCO Designs. Our 11th honoree, I've known this lady for many years. She's such a sweetheart. And she's a newlywed. Hey girl, hey girl, yes. Monique Spence, come on up here, Monique Spence. You gonna hyphenate your last name or you gonna keep it?
She told the story backwards. So I was going to say I grew up in this business, and I have been in the music business and marketing and all of these things for so many years that I would not be me. I would not be here if it were not for the likes of Mary Green and these opportunities. For all of my honorees, I honor you, and for those of you I'm just getting to meet, which is only a few because I know many of you, we worked hard, right? And many of us have reinvented ourselves over and over and over again to be here. So I was sitting there thinking, so she wrote herself on paper and everybody had their phone, and I was like, that's so cute. I'm impromptu, if nothing else, that's me. And so I said, well, depending on when you met me would depend on the Mo you know, right? So there was music business Mo, then there was marketing company Mo, and then there was media Mo, when I was radio and doing things with Mr. Jackson and such. And then I went back to marketing. There was marketing Mo again. And then all of a sudden, all of that experience started to ask people to ask me, which I didn't know social media meant they were watching. So how did you go from this Mo to this Mo to this Mo and continue to be okay? Well, I didn't know that they didn't know how to be okay. And that invented Life Coach Mo, which has been the last 9 years of my life. So for the last 9 years, I've had the privilege of helping other people reinvent themselves and find their greatness through some of the hardest times in their lives. So I love what I do. And I love what I do because nobody exactly knows who those people are that sit in my chair. But it's a lot of Chicago people that sit in my chair and find a way to reinvent and rediscover their happy. And I didn't know that there were so many levels of happy. So this last year, for me, this is like a cherry on top. In this last year, coming out of pandemic, I received an honorary doctorate degree. So then I got to be Dr. Coach Mo. And then I got that one title, that one that is so valuable, that MRS. Yes. So it's kind of a running joke now. People dial my phone and kind of like, you remember we used to call movie phone and see if it would really say, welcome to movie phone. Now people call my phone just to see if they say, Mrs. Roberson, will I scream? And the answer is absolutely I will. And so if you are ever having a low day and you need a pick-me-up, you just dial my number. But what I realize in this moment tonight amongst all of you is that it takes a lot of things to become phenomenal. We are all women, but it's a journey toward phenomenal. And so being here with you, I've sat in many a seat and cheered many a woman on to get this award and the Urban Leagues and the Defender Awards and all the things. And what I always look at is who's in that cohort. And so ladies, I've known you all for a long time. And all I can say is, this is our time. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Mary. Thank you to all of you that chose us to be here tonight. And have a great weekend at the Expo.
Congratulations again, Monique Spence. And our final and 12th honoree this evening is Patrice Gibson of Walmart Academy.
I'm so proud.
If you want gift cards, this is the man with the real money. I make some good money, but he makes every month. Okay? So I'll tell you, I needed life coach mode 14 years ago. Okay? I was kind of, I like to think of, you asked my daughter right there, I was kind of a rolling stone. I was just kind of rolling through life. I had a job. Gosh, I'm getting a little emotional. I had a job, I was working. But a cousin of mine said Walmart was hiring. And I said, well, you know, I already had a job. It's a part-time job, sure. I like money, right? I started that job at Walmart as an overnight associate, making $9.05 an hour. Okay, this was 14 years ago. It was through that job at Walmart that I finally felt like I have a place. I finally felt like I found some place that I belonged. I finally got the opportunity to be the mother that I wanted to be to that little girl there. Not little anymore, she's 19. I had never went to school, I had never got a degree. And as a parent, you want everything for your children that you never had. So I told my daughter, I said, you will go to school, you will get a degree. And she said, you didn't. Oh yes, oh yes. After the anger, I went into my bedroom and I cried. And I said, she's right. So you know what I did? I went and got a degree. And I graduated magna cum laude with a 4.0. Opportunity to lead multiple stores, manage teams of 500 plus associates, but I found my real passion when I took the role I currently have as a Director of Academy Operations. Having the opportunity to change lives every day, provide people with opportunities that they would never have had, as far as free college degrees at Walmart, free trade certifications, free life skill training, and a lot of that I give praise to Walmart, but I give a lot of it to that girl sitting in that chair right there, because she made me see my life differently, and she knows I have high expectations. So first year at DePaul is complete, debt free. And now she got to get a job. Told you I take care of the. We gonna talk to Granddaddy about that. And I say all that to say that, you know, what I'm passionate about is helping people who grew up like I did, hunger, right, being hungry, you know, not having food to eat, not having a safe space. That's what I want for people. I want people who've spent time in prison to come out and know that there's opportunity outside of that. You can grow, you can, again, there's probably folks in this room who spent time in prison, but they came out and they did something with their lives. They did something better, they're taking care of their families, they're in high-paying, wage-sustaining, family-supporting jobs. That's why I do what I do. So I give high praise to Walmart all the time. But I do what I do for my community, and I do it for my two little girls, so that they know that, you know, I won't ask you for something that I won't do. I won't expect of you what I won't expect of myself. And I'm extremely grateful to be here. I mean, 16, I'd adopt you, okay? You want friends? That's a friend right there. Okay? But I'm so grateful to be surrounded by these beautiful, you know, stop looking, Daddy, but he said beautiful women, successful and phenomenal women. And I'm just very grateful for Miss Mary Green, Black Women's Expo, which we will be at all weekend. So if you want to learn more about Community Academy and what we're doing, we'll be more than happy to speak to everyone. And I know a little French too, okay? So what, Miss Guichard? Guichard? Bonne soirée, merci beaucoup.
everyone talked about being at the Expo at 9 and 12. I was just a few years older than that, I want to tell you. I was over here like, wonderful to know that everybody has been with us for so many years. There is another honoree, however. Whenever we call on her, she is there. She is exceptional personality. Miss Beyonce Fox. She is a household name when it comes to radio, beginning her career in Chicago just over 20 years ago. She currently hosts the Beyonce Fox Experience on Chicago's heritage station, V103. In addition, Beyonce is the midday host for iHeart media stations in more than 25 markets across the country, including WYLD FM in New Orleans. And on weekends, you can hear her vivacious personality rock the airwaves on Milwaukee's only station for hip-hop and R&B, V100.7. I got it right. When she's not on the air, she serves the community as a volunteer for various nonprofit organizations and mentors youth, teaching them the importance of education and self-respect. She is a board member of She Chicago, an organization that empowers girls to be strong, humble, and empowered to become leaders. Beyonce also teaches academics in different areas of communication, from broadcasting to journalism to digital media and image branding. She is a wonderful friend of the Black Women's Expo and the Phenomenal Woman Awards, Miss Beyonce Fox.
And here I am getting one. Thank you. First, I give honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, in everything that I do, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be as successful and grateful as I am. And I just want to actually, I lost my mom 3 weeks ago. So this award goes to my mother, who is the absolute, or was, but is the most absolute phenomenal woman that ever walked earth. So I love you. I thank you guys for all of the love daily on my radio show. But y'all gonna get it? Y'all gonna get it. But thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I love y'all.
All right. Tomorrow starts the Expo. We will be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. Two of my other team members came in, Ebony Jackson and Bianca Jones. And stand up, ladies. They were still at the Expo. You can see they got on their shirts and their jackets. Thank you all for coming. Hope to see you this weekend, and congratulations again.